is the much sought after National Feedlot Corporation 250 million ringgit loan agreement. This agreement was supposed to be presented or given to the Public Accounts Committee in our next scheduled meeting, which was meant to be in January this year. Unfortunately, the chairman has not called for a meeting to date, despite it being almost 2 months since the start of the year, and we have not been able to gain access to this document. But through sources of our own, we have finally managed to get a copy of this agreement, the loan facility agreement, between the Government of Malaysia, represented by the Ministry of Finance, and the National Feedlot Corporation, Sdn Bhd. And I think there are a few things that I would like to raise immediately from this agreement. Actually, 4 points. 4 points with particular regards to some of the issues that has been raised by National Feedlot themselves, or argued by National Feedlot themselves. Number one, and I think most importantly, is the purpose of the loan. If you look at page, okay, this is page what? Okay, clause 3, page 7. Purpose. It states very clearly, the borrower shall use the loan facility to part finance the project. Okay, part finance the project as described in the first schedule of this agreement. And if we were to turn to the first schedule of this agreement, which is somewhere towards the back, the project, the establishment and operation by the borrower of a National Feedlot Centre to be consistent with the Government of Malaysia's policy of developing, promoting and nurturing the production of beef and beef products through the National Feedlot Centre as a centre of commercial and integrated cattle feedlot. So actually, in this particular case of the purpose of the loan facility, it cannot be more obvious. That means the use of the funds can only strictly be used to part finance the setting up of the centre and nothing else. So all the claims made by the executives and directors of the NFC to say that, oh, they can use the money for anything they like to do, is complete rubbish. It's complete rubbish. Okay, that is the project purpose. And if you look at clause 18.1, just to further substantiate the seriousness of this clause, particular covenants, the borrower hereby covenants to the lender that as long as the indebtedness is not fully repaid to the borrower, that means as long as the loan is in existence. If you look at B, they will use the loan facility for the purpose as stated in clause 3 of this agreement, which is for the purpose of setting up the National Feedlot Centre, nothing else. You cannot use the money to buy condominiums, whether in Bangsa or in Singapore or in any other countries they may have properties in. Okay, that's number one. Now point number two. Point number two is a point that the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Finance must answer to, and that is for the approval of the drawdown. Now under the agreement, there's actually quite a few items that they must comply with before they can draw down. Okay, that means certain conditions. Every time you want to draw down money, that means you have the loan 250 million. Say I want to take down 50 million. Okay, next round, I must provide certain documents to Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Finance. Now, first thing I want to look at is item 8.1. Okay, the borrower shall issue a loan withdrawal notice as specified in the 5th schedule of this agreement at least 7 business days prior to the date of withdrawal to be made. Okay, that's fine. You just need to provide a notice 7 days beforehand. The next line, a project progress report shall have to be submitted together with the loan withdrawal notice prepared by the borrower and duly certified by the chairman of the authorized technical committee. So this progress report needs to be certified. We have seen from the Auditor General report that loan has been drawn down, but the project is, has not been able to meet its targets, okay, in the Auditor's General report, okay. Now, who is this authorized technical committee? If you look at the definition on page 3, it defines authorized technical committee. It means that an authorized technical committee comprising of the following members, most importantly, a representative from Kementerian Pertanian dan Industri Asas Tani, Malaysia, as chairman. Now, this guy, whoever he is, has to sign the progress report. Now, what exactly has been written in this progress report, we are yet to know. And we will certainly ask for it when PAC finally calls for a meeting. Hopefully by the time Parliament starts in March. Okay, so they have to sign progress report. So the fact that the drawdown has taken place despite the fact that NFC have failed to meet its targets and has been using money for purposes other than the National Feedlot Centre, the Ministry of Agriculture is equally culpable for the mess arising from the issues. Now, if you look at the Schedule 3 at the back, third schedule. Okay, this is the standard form that they have to sign in order to draw down. So it is a drawdown notice. If you look at the next page, you can see there, I, blank, hereby certified that I have examined the project progress report of the project as described in the first schedule of the loan facility agreement for the months of what month to what month, and I am satisfied with the contents of the said report. Now, this is the one where the advanced technical committee is meant to sign. Okay, so he has to certify that drawdown notice.
So you don't know who's the members of the committee yet?
I don't know who's the committee. Okay. But in this case, they are representatives of the ministry, so the ministry has to be culpable for any decisions made by this committee. Okay, and one more point regarding approval of drawdown. If you look at 5.2, the borrower shall, on a quarterly basis, furnish copies of the monthly bank statement of the special loan account certified by the authorized signatory of the borrower to the lender, which is the Ministry of Finance, until the loan facility is fully utilized. Such monthly bank statement shall be accompanied by a statement signed by one authorized signatory of the borrower setting out the utilization of the loan facility in a format as per the second schedule of this agreement. Which means that all money, how they used it, regardless of whether it is for the NFC or to buy properties or to use as fixed deposits, to borrow money to buy more properties, doesn't matter. Whether it's legal or not, doesn't matter. Regardless, this document giving information on what they use the money for must be provided to the Ministry of Finance on a quarterly basis. And if they did give this report on a quarterly basis, what was Ministry of Finance doing? Continuing to let the loan proceed, let the drawdown continue, unless NFC submitted false reports. And then that would be definitely criminal. Now, we don't know if they submitted false reports. At this point in time, it is Ministry of Finance who has to verify the contents of that report. Okay, have they verified? From my understanding, in the PAC, the last meeting held in November, with regards to the NFC, the Ministry of Finance official have stated very clearly there was no mention in any report, whether it's for drawdown notice or their reports, that money was used to buy condominiums. No mention at all. This was provided, information provided in the PAC by the Ministry of Finance. By the Ministry of Finance. Okay? In which case, then a crime has been committed very clearly, and I'm surprised that the Ministry of Finance have not filed a police report against the borrower for committing the crime. Okay? Because that means it's falsifying reports on the utilization of proceeds. Okay? That is number 2 item. Number 3 item. Monitoring of project. Now, besides the actual drawdown, actually the government has a lot of ways to manage and control the project. Let's not talk about the actual drawdown itself. They have a few clauses in here to protect the government's interests. 6.1I. Okay, 6.1I. I is the next page, conditions precedent. The borrower has duly appointed 3 members from the Government of Malaysia nominated by the lender to its board of directors. So minimum 3 board of directors from the government. I think this information has been provided before. And clause 18.1. Again, covenants. 18.1E. Okay. Quite a lot of reports have to be presented. Not just on the use of loan facility, but other reports also needs to be provided. And they are all specified here in 18.1E. Okay. So 18.1E says that the NFC have to provide quarterly financial statements and investment statements to the lender. Quarterly project progress reports on the operations activities of the project to the lender and the authorized technical committee. Yearly audited accounts and a 5 years and yearly business plan to the lender. Have these items been complied with? It is important for the Ministry of Finance to Ministry of Agriculture to inform us if these items have been complied with, and if not, why haven't the Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Agriculture taken actions over these items?
Yeah,